Hello and welcome back to FlowState, another week on this wild ride we call being a human on this fucking planet, I guess? Question mark? You're gonna join me on a little excursion. It's called taking out the fucking garbage while not dying on the side of the road. Ha ha! I'm feeling a little spicy today, feeling good. I had intended to go out earlier, but it's been raining like crazy. So much rain, in fact, that this road that we're on is quite steep. It was like a river yesterday. And all of our water coming out of the tap is this brownish kind of... this brownish, nasty fucking color, which is obviously a major issue. And that has really nothing to do with why... Oh, yeah, I forgot. It was raining. That's why. And I didn't... Tiga! Are you fucking kidding me? Come on. Go home. Come on. What did you do? It's crazy. You just left. Going up is supposed to be at the end of the podcast. Go home. Go home. Come on. There's mommy. There's mommy. Go home. Go home. Go to mommy. Let's see what happens here. This is live and direct. Come on. Go. He wants to go down to the ocean, but the problem is when he goes into the ocean, he gets wet and his ears stay wet, and then he develops fungus, and then we have to go to the fucking vet. And I really just don't want to do that for him, for me, for you, the viewer. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck. There will be a time where he will hopefully not have those issues with his ears. Anyways, it's been fucking raining. It's been crazy. And so I just ate a big bowl of delicious pasta with some chicken. And there's no better way to get that power back into your body after what people would consider a quite lethargic meal. Than to get out into the world and fucking move your body. So the sun is out. It's kind of an hour before the sun sets, so we're gonna crush this flow state episode. Assessment and readiness. We are back at week 1 in our 8-week cycle. It feels good. It hits a little different this time around. If you're new here, first of all, thank you so much for dropping in, taking the time out of your day to invest in yourself, to think about things slightly differently, to create deeper awareness within the construct of your life, the life that you are 100% responsible for. You are 100% responsible for where you are in your life right fucking now. And I know that could sting a little bit, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing to come to a point in your life where your clarity is used to propel creation. So the assessment and readiness course within the Growth Blueprint framework is all about that. It's all about, well, first of all, it's step 1. You can't grow if you don't know from which place you're growing from. And it's not an arbitrary thing. We're all about leveraging the scientific method with regards to growth. We're all about analyzing, reflecting. Now, you can use any terminology you prefer. Introspection. Great. What is introspection? Introspection is simply looking inwards and reflecting on data. So whatever you want to use in terms of your labeling or uh, analogy framework to help you sleep better at night, just joking. You should do that, because at the end of the day, it's all about whatever works best for you to be able to create that clarity, and then most importantly, to take aligned action to create that momentum, to develop the confidence, to see the result, to get more data, to then reflect and continue over and over and over again. And you don't stop. You never stop. Because when you stop, you die. That's it. And there are plenty of people who have a heartbeat but are completely dead inside. And it's not just because of situational things, it's that they refuse to participate in their own life. And the growth blueprint framework solves so much of the angst, the midlife crisis, the identity collapse that so many people go through, especially parents, after committing to, I'm going to say 8 years. I've been playing around with this number, and I'm like trying to figure out exactly how long it takes for you to separate from the physiological requirement of your presence to preserve life and everything that is going through your brain. And I think it's about 7 to 8 years. So from 0 to 8, let's say, I think you're going to find yourself committing to this person in such a way that is so intense, and rightfully so, right? There's no fucking manual for preserving life. There's no manual that was handed to you by your parents, like, and everybody has an opinion. Everybody thinks their way is the right way, and et cetera, et cetera. And I think we'll get into that a little bit later today. So anyways, let me just back up. First of all, if you're just dropping in, I appreciate your presence so much. Welcome to FlowState. Welcome to Everyday Action. Every week, we center this concept, FlowState, around a singular topic, which is correlated to the growth blueprint framework. There are 8 pillars within the framework. Oh, let me just show you. So this is the residue from, you can imagine this was a fucking river. Look at that. That's crazy how much dirt. I mean, it doesn't look so crazy now because the sun is out and everything is groovy. But yesterday, when I was coming home from the gym, man, it was crazy. It was like a river flowing in the streets with debris. I mean, we are out here, man. We are out in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of the African continental shelf, Western Sahara. It's crazy. So, bring it back. FlowState. If you haven't already figured out, there's really no logic to how I go about these episodes other than they center around the curriculum topic for the week. We cycle that every week through the framework. There are 8 pillars. It's an 8-week cycle. It does not matter where you drop in and how you drop in. What matters is that you're doing it. You're doing the work. You're investing in yourself by actively listening to these conversations and then taking action in a meaningful way. It is not good enough to just Netflix and chill this shit. This is not what we're about. It's fine to do it every once in a while, and I appreciate that if that's something that you're doing. And in fact, that's a great compliment. But what is even more important to me is that you take action, that you leverage the insight, the clarity, the information, the thought engine, forcing a reaction in some way. Because if not, the same patterns in your life are going to repeat themselves. The same patterns will repeat themselves. The same pattern. And we're all about forward progress here. Okay, we're all about coming together in community and creating an opportunity for people to come together in a way that is focused singularly on creating that next step level change in their life. Now, that can mean very different things for all different types of people. So I'm primarily focused in supporting parents. I'm a parent, 2 kids, amazing kids, and they're 9 and 12. Well, sorry. Actually, no, technically still 9. My daughter's turning 10 in a couple days. And so, and then my son's turning 13. It's been a wild ride of discovery, of, you know, our own fair share of challenges as a couple, my wife and I, who you, fuck, damn, that hurt, who you just saw up the road. And if you've dropped in to our Hot Mess Kitchen episodes, you get to meet her. That's a stream that we do every week. I'm going to say it's still very loose at the moment. We have been working on different segments and different ideas, but right now it's the very beginning of something that we're committed to sustaining for the considerable future, you know, and in terms of time. And it's essentially just a hang, unfiltered, unfeathered, not contrived at all. And it's a glimpse into our life. Our kids drop in sometimes. There is a focus around food, a focus around whatever topic of conversation is flowing at the moment. Its positioning is really about raw, unfiltered human connection. And it's on the Everyday Action YouTube channel. And it's part of the larger ecosystem to connect in a way that I don't think many people are leveraging at the moment. I think also it's a way for you to have, let's say, a deeper connection to me in a different context, which is not about like looking a certain way. It's not about sounding a certain way. I feel that we really only have one shot at life, although we can, you know, you go up, you go down. Man, this is so saturated with new plant life here. It is wild. I haven't been down here in 2 weeks because we were traveling, but this is really quite something. It'll be interesting to see what kind of madness is happening down by the ocean. And so my point is that who the fuck gives a shit about what you sound like, what you look like, if you fall flat on your face in front of 10 million people? It doesn't fucking matter. No one gives a shit because they're too self-centered. It's not a character flaw, it's just the way our brains work. You are thinking about you more than anything. And your thinking about you is actually the thing that will bring some kind of, let's say, or should bring some calm back to your life about this idea of feeling some kind of anxiety about how others perceive you. It doesn't fucking matter. Where things get tricky is this idea of constant thinking about that and how that affects you negatively. Man, this is going to be interesting to see how wet, because it gets pretty crazy in terms of danger. So it's, in a way, giving ourselves, my wife and I, and our kids, and really anybody who drops in and shares within this experience. Oh, we're also on Twitch. We have a Twitch channel specifically for this stream. And there's no recording on Twitch. It's just pure live experience, and the recordings are on YouTube. Anyways. So the point is that by considering what other people think and say about you in terms of their opinion is going to ultimately influence how you show up in the world. But if you disregard them in terms of what they have to say and think about you and your thinking, your behavior, oh boy, okay. Sorry, this is just extremely wet and I really don't want to fall and hurt myself. So I have to use every ounce of my brain to not do that. Oh shit. Okay. Sorry for the dead air. Safety, safety, safety. I'll just flip this around as I go down and down. You know what? I need to pause and take a quick picture before I lose the light. All right, we're back. I need to, in order to get a good image for the thumbnail, I need to take a picture instead of a still from the recording. Ooh, look at this. This is so muddy, so dangerous. All right. Oh shit. Whoa. Woo. Oh. Yeah, baby. Fucking did it. That, I have fallen so many times there, especially now when it gets all muddy like this. Woo. Okay. It's close. We're close. We're almost down. Where I will be able to focus on the thing that we're here to do. I mean, to be fair, it's all of it, right? It's everything. It's the experience of pressing record and just rolling with it. Sometimes doesn't. Whew. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, boy. Okay, okay. Let's see what the coast looks like. Gorgeous. We'll do a little pan. We're so close. And a beautiful evening for a chat. Woo. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're gonna go until it starts getting dark. I do not have a flashlight. I do know my way back though. And if not, I could just maybe seek shelter in this cave. So close to getting to my outdoor studio. You'll be able to fast forward in the chapters. I always inevitably have some moments of requiring full compute in my brain. Let's go down this way. This is perfect. Oh, man. Woo! Okay, all right, now we're talking. Feel like we are so close, so close. Woo! Okay, I made it. I made it. I made it. A nice little pan just to get in some of the scenery before we lock in and start talking growth, personal development, assessment and readiness. I feel like starting all over again. Welcome to FlowState. Welcome to pillar number 1, assessment and readiness. Here we fucking go. Another 8-week cycle. If you're just dropping in and you've made it this far, hardcore. You're in it to win it. There's no fucking escaping this trajectory that you're creating now in your life. This is a major paradigm shift. You declared to yourself subconsciously that you're committed to growth, and you're like, what is this assessment and readiness? What does that mean? It means ground zero for the, oh, look at this, for the growth blueprint framework. It means getting clarity on where you are in your life right fucking now. It means not living in the past. It means not creating a future that's imaginary for yourself. We're not there yet because it becomes real. It's not an imaginary thing at that point when you've done the work, when you've transcended the state that you're in now and embodied a set of principles and a system to create whatever you want to create in your life. You are 100% responsible for where you are in your life, period. And that stings a little. It's kind of nasty because, well, I think as humans, we tend to play victim a little bit. We tend to at least attempt to pass on responsibility to others. Oh man, I grew up poor, so this, that, and that. Oh man, I grew up rich, so this, that, and that. Oh man, I grew up in fill in the blank, this, that, and that. Okay, that's situational. But no one is telling you what to do. No one is telling you how to behave. And just because someone might be doing that does not mean you actually have to do that. It is your choice, your responsibility And the decision to do or not do brought you one step closer to where you are right fucking now. I know that in my life, I felt victim to so many things. My ADHD, my dyslexia, the fact that we had a lot of money growing up and then we didn't have any money anymore. The fact that, you know, other people were successful on the outside in terms of like their ability to make money, and it took me way longer than my peers, or I don't know, whatever the fuck, fill in the blank. I wet the bed way longer than most people because of a inability to hold my bladder in, and I was on medication for a while. I mean, it's been many, many years since that, just to be fair. But, you know, when I was a young adolescent, it was still happening every once in a while. And that fucked me up for a while because it was like this thing that was happening in my body to which I had no control over, and somehow felt shame because of the perception that I was less than in some way. But all of this is a societal construct through which we generally perpetuate in our children. And unless you're breaking the pattern through creation on your terms, you are going to inevitably repeat the same pattern that was effectively programmed into you. And so I think this is a great transition in this conversation to kind of take 2 steps forward into pillar number 3, which is core values. You either choose your values or they're being chosen for you by society, by your family, by your economic background, by, you know, you either had a fuck ton of money, you didn't, you grew up this, you grew up that, you're vegan, you're carnivore, you're this, you're that, all of these things, fucking, what, you know, did you have a school uniform? Like, just the list goes on and on and on and on. And all of those feedback loops are programming all of us to operate in a certain way. Look, you have software and you have hardware. You're a human. It works that way. Your brain, software, nervous system, software, all right? And your hardware, your bones, your fucking muscle, just fucking, oh! All right, I got a little ahead of myself. Let's go through the framework. Pillar number 1, this is where we are right now, assessment and readiness. Just a quick recap. You need clarity on where you are right now in your life. It's not about going back and bringing shit into the present. It's not about looking into the future. It's about getting clarity on where you are. And I have a special gift for you because you've been locked in to this point in the podcast. If you drop the comment, clarity, I will send you the link to the first course within the Growth Blueprint framework. It is the Assessment and Readiness course, the one that we're talking about today, the one that we're focusing on all of our content this week. Comment the word clarity and I will send it to you. There's no cost. You drop your name, you drop your email, and you have instant access. You also get a bunch of other goodies. So in themselves are incredible in terms of the value. So that's step 1. Just be honest. Start that process of owning your life. Start the process of creating responsibility. And it's not the same when you know, it's like when you embody what it means to be responsible, you don't allow for circumstance to dictate how you are going to participate in whatever that scenario is. So I don't want to go too deep because we got 7 more pillars to go, and we'll come back because that's our main focus. So pillar number 2, vitality. Oh, baby! Vitality. I cannot stress enough the significance of charging up your power plant. Think of yourself as a power plant, okay? You need to actively charge up your power plant. You need to fuel your power plant. You need to do maintenance on your power plant. You need to replace parts on your power plant. You need to optimize the processes so that you get maximum fucking thrust. So that means go to fucking bed on time. That is your primary mission within the vitality framework, is to understand your physiological state, how to charge up your power plant, how to understand nutritional needs, supplemental needs, movement, recovery, rest. Rest and recovery are two separate things. Sleep, all of it, okay? We go deep into it. And everything that is built in this framework is theory first and then practical execution of that theory. Take fucking action, okay? If you don't take action, you will be in exactly the same place a year from now, 2 years from now, fucking 20 years from now. And there are so many people that live their lives that way. They blink and it's like their life is gone and it's too fucking late. They're on their deathbed and it's full of fucking regret. That's not you. This is the first step in reclaiming that power. Vitality is paramount to the success of this framework. It is paramount to success in life. You cannot be successful and be sick. Impossible. I don't give a fuck how much money you've been able to accumulate. What good is it going to do if you can't walk from here to there? If you can't play with your kids, your grandkids, you can't go on a fucking gorgeous afternoon walk with your wife, your partner, your husband, whatever. Okay? Boyfriend, girlfriend, animal, you know? Whatever. After vitality, core values. Okay? This is how you know what the future is going to look like. This is your ability to see clearly into the future and to manifest whatever world you want for yourself. You are God. You are your creator of your universe. Now, I'm not attaching this to any religious context or anything. Religion has nothing to do with it. That's completely up to you, what you believe. I'm not telling you anything, okay? In fact, none of what's in the framework is me telling you stuff. It's education, guidance, and coaching. That's what it is, okay? You can believe whatever you want to believe. It has nothing to do with this work. There are plenty of people that do this work, that engage with this process, who are deeply religious, and there are those who are not. Totally cool. So, with core values, with this principle, this is where we invest considerable amount of time in one-on-one coaching. This is make or break, because the whole framework is based on stacking each pillar in a compounding way on top of itself. And again, you got to get clarity first. You're not jumping right into vitality. You're not jumping right into core values or any of the other pillars, because it's a process that has been strategically designed to build on top of itself. Sequentially, you need clarity first, okay? You got to know where you're starting from. If you don't know where you're starting from, it's like throwing a bunch of shit up against the wall and seeing what sticks. That's not an effective mechanism for progress. You got to have energy, okay? Your ability to think clearly, effectively, is all based on your capacity to handle life, to be able to do the thing that's in front of you. And if you don't have the energy, if you're constantly tired and drained and feel depleted because you're malnourished, Whether you're under eating, overeating, eating poorly, not supplementing, not moving your body, okay, you get it, right? It's not fucking rocket science here. This is the most basic thing. Move your body every day, strength train a couple of times per week, be mindful in your wellness practice, okay? It is a privilege to be able to take care of yourself. So, core values, right? You've got the energy now, you're moving forward in a direction that is going to be metabolically taxing, okay? The work that we do is metabolically taxing, so you've got to make sure that you're fucking pumped up for it, man. And you're rested, you're recovered, you're fueling, okay? You're taking the shit seriously, because it is serious. We have a good time, we laugh, we do, you know, but it's like, it's serious work, because it really is the difference between living wholly with exuberance and feeling that fucking shit, or kind of just like, I'm fine, you know, I'm fine. Pay attention the next time someone says that they're fine. Dude, what kind of fucking answer is that? That is like mediocre living. I'm fine. Give me something real, like, you know, whatever it is for you in that moment. I'm feeling depleted now because this, and this, or I'm feeling energized now because of this, and this. I have peace in my life because of this, and this. Be specific in your language. Be vocal to the world about how you feel, what is alive in you. You will challenge people in a positive way. You will be able to impact the world in a positive way if you connect with that higher state of consciousness, right? Our focus is uplifting the human experience for us, right? For the internal self, but then also externally, like the world around you, how you relate to people. So after vitality, after core values, we get into mindset. Mindset is training capacity to do the thing when you least want to do it. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. So you can understand why you need to be energized in order to ensure that your mind is operating in the way that you want it to, and not defaulting to old patterns, not retreating into comfort. There is no growth in comfort, right? It's your nervous system claiming ownership and playing games on you. It's great to keep you alive, right? Comfort, shelter, cozy, protection. Ooh! But there's no growth in that. It's a preservation tool. 200,000 years of fucking the same shit over and over again. Our physiological state has yet to fully catch up to our modern era of the, well, I was gonna say the iPhone era, but I mean, fuck that. We're in like supernova AI universe territory now. And wow, you know, I don't want to change the subject too much, but there's a lot to be said about what's happening. So, mindset. And I want to say that this work right now is more important than ever because of what is happening with AI. And, you know, maybe you heard it here first, maybe not, but there will be hundreds of thousands, millions of people without work very fucking soon. Very, very soon. Like, the next 5 years are going to look nothing like the past 100. All right, it's crazy town, and it's exciting. It's not something to be scared of. Okay, it's something to embrace. It's something to get a hard on over. Okay, because there is no greater time to be alive than right fucking now. Because you're alive, motherfucker. Part of this work is grounding yourself in reality. It's not about fantasizing about a different time or a different thing, you know? you're gonna miss the shit. It's all here, it's all right in front of you. Mindset. Creating capacity for yourself. Mindset. The opportunity to stay true to the thing that you want to create. After mindset, we shift gears into time management and prioritization. Time management and prioritization. So there are so many time management courses out there. Why do you want to learn about time management from me? Because it's not just about time management. It's about prioritization. It's about understanding what the fuck prioritization is in the first place, what time management is in the first place. I think there's a misconception about time management, basically, and prioritization. It's not like, what do I do first? Okay, it's about what am I protecting with time? And it's less about what is getting done than it is about what isn't getting done. Being really selective in understanding the quality of your choices, how to properly and effectively leverage the same 24 hours that we're all given, except for the fact that we're not really given all the same amount of time. This is based on resources, okay? The amount of time that you have on a clock will be 24 hours, but in actual fact can vary wildly depending on your resources. Not just financial, but your ability to use your brain. That's a resource, right? Time is an incredible, leverageable asset. And once you get clarity on that and you're slowly starting to work through the framework, because it's a thing, it's like patience. There's no rush, there's no magic pill, there's no magic unlock. It's a process. It takes time. It's something you need to consistently work on. Once time management and prioritization is locked in, then we start talking about aligned action. Woo. Right? Also known as goals, targets. Where are we pointing where are we locking our sights on in the future? Right? And you now can start seeing very clearly the compounding nature of this framework. You wouldn't start at aligned action, right? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Aligned to what? Everything gets anchored to your values. This is your guiding principle for life, your philosophy that you developed. This way, I guess. Okay. So, after aligned goals, aligned action, where are we setting our sights on? We're going to go into a special secret sauce. And I do say this because it's true. This is kind of like the master unlock, the special je ne sais quoi about the framework, which is optimization and refinement. This is when you really are settling in to the progress that you've made, the incredible transformation that you've gone through, and now you're allowing yourself to sit with all of the amazing output of what you created. And we do this because this is where that next step level change is going to happen. That's where you're going to be able to create something that you didn't even think was possible. And you do this by engaging in optimization and refinement, which in very simple terms is analyzing data, moving one thing that you basically have created a hypothesis around what your expectations are of changing one thing in a system, making that change, allowing it to sit for a full cycle, and then evaluating. This is the most powerful tool of refinement. You do not write a whole new system when you think it's not working. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I don't know if that analogy is necessarily appropriate. Sounds like it should be. And you start to understand over time the work that you have done, and you create the next best aligned action for yourself. Not arbitrarily, but just clean, data-driven, next best aligned action. Whew. Okay. All right. After optimization and alignment, we go into pillar 8, commencement. This is synergy. This is embodiment. This is the totality of the work that you have built, right? You're building something extremely powerful. You're building a new operating system. Okay, up the mud. Don't slip, don't fall. There we go. Oh, shit. Whew. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. So, this is gluing everything together, fusing all of the knowledge, all of the action, all of the refinement, the totality of the process. In other words, creating and synthesizing the embodiment of the identity that you have manifested. So fucking powerful. And once you get there, you start over. There is no arrival. I kind of just gave it all away. I kind of just spilled the beans on that one. Ooh, my heart is pounding. Okay, so what do you mean there's no arrival? This is a big misconception in personal development and growth. Everybody wants to get to that point where it's like some magic outcome. Oh, I have all this clarity. Oh, I have all this, or, you know, I was expecting this. Surprise. You get that when you die, not when you're alive. Being focused on personal growth and development doesn't mean you're not going to struggle. It doesn't mean shit ain't going to be hard. It doesn't mean you're not going to have ups and downs. It doesn't mean there aren't going to be failures. It doesn't mean that it's going to be success all the way around. Okay, it just means that you've created a framework to ensure that you're locked in for life in this incredible journey. It means that you have the tools. It means that you've built up capacity. It means that when you get off track, you have the wherewithal to know you're off track, and you could bring yourself back to center, not reliant on anyone else or anything or substance or anything. Okay? Not even the framework itself. It's a recalibrating of your system as a whole. And the outcome is whatever you want it to be. It's a life lived fully in alignment, without compromise, without deviating too much. I mean, there's some natural deviation, of course. We're not robots, we're human. We are all, wired to be emotional creatures. That's a superpower. It's our capacity to relate with one another in a very, it's almost impossible to describe, at scale. It's energy in its purest form. It's spirituality in a non-dogmatic way, right? It's not religion, a construct. It's more about tapping in to the energy that exists on this planet. The energy within you. Remember, you're charging up your power plant. You're ensuring that you have that connection that's firing. It's like a car, a gasoline car, or diesel. You need spark plugs. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure about diesel. Do you need spark plugs in a diesel car? I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I mean, not that kind of mechanic. Whew. Oh boy. All right. Enjoy this view for a minute here. I have to relieve myself. My B vitamins make my pee extremely neon. It's crazy. Methylated B vitamins. Wonderful. So, woo! What a great evening walk. I feel so pumped up right now. Energy, movement, it's such an incredible medicine. It's the thing I wish everybody did every day. The world would be completely different. It would look nothing like it does now if everyone moved their bodies every day. It's interesting because, there are some cases where people have legitimate, mental health challenges or psychological predicaments, whatever you want to call them, right? Depression. Ooh. That reminds me of hunting. That bird taking off like that. And if you move your body every day, if you're mindful about health and wellness, if you get enough sleep, which is 7 to 9 hours per night, okay? It's a big spectrum, but that's what the data clearly shows as being optimal. And how you get more granular is you have to test. And anything less than 7 hours consistently, you're leaving so much on the table. And You might say to yourself, hey man, I get 6 hours a night of sleep and I feel good. First of all, you don't know what good feels like, all right? You're so chronically sleep deprived, your body is operating in a constant state of panic, and you're leaving so much on the table. Consider that for a moment. If you think you're crushing it on 6 hours of sleep, could you imagine what 7 to 9 hours of consistent sleep looks like for you? It's a step level change 100x. It's insane to me that people are proud of how little sleep they get. They are completely fucking themselves over. And I mean, that's basically it, you know? This conversation is over. Like, there's no new data coming out suggesting that less sleep is better, ever. So, if you've been looking to wake up early, if you think the morning routine is the savior of everything, it's not. If you want to get up early, it starts the night before. Everything starts the night before. Sleep is the most important medicine you should be optimizing. All right. All of the mental health issues that are challenging people can be solved with physical exercise and sleep and nutrition. So, up the hill. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here with you, to connect with you. I would love for you to drop into the comments and let me know where you're tuning in from, what challenges you're facing in your life. I didn't mention it, but the first link in the description connects you to our Thursday live seminar and coaching Thursday that we do every Thursday, on Thursday, this Thursday. And it's at no cost to you. All you need to do is click the link, take action, invest in yourself, and show up. Drop your name, drop your email, and that's it. Show up on Thursday. 6 p.m. GMT, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. You get access to our community. Again, no cost. Oh boy, that stinks. You get a 90-day course delivered directly to your inbox. All about taking action. If you haven't guessed, it's all about taking action. In the right way, the wrong way, anyway. You're gonna know. You're gonna know. Oh man, this is great. I should do this more often in the evening. The issue is, now I go home and I have like a second wind. It tends to delay my sleep a little bit. But you know, I mean, we're not talking about a huge amount of time. And by the way, with regards to sleep, okay, just try to focus plus or minus 60 minutes from your desired bedtime. If you consistently show up every night and you start a 3-2-1 protocol, which is 3 hours before bed, no more food. 2 hours before bed, no more work. 1 hour before bed, no more stimulation. If you try this for 30 days, you will be a different human. Just that. is a step level change in your life. You will wake up refreshed, feeling powerful. It might take a minute to adjust, you know, especially if you've been so chronically sleep deprived and been eating too close to bedtime, et cetera, et cetera. It's a different kind of sleep. It just hits different. You're really tapping into the amazing, incredible machine system that is your body and mind, and allowing it to do its thing. You will feel incredible. That is a guarantee. So, in conclusion to this wonderful night stroll, take action. Just do it, man. Do it. Click the link. Send the email. Give the person a hug and an incredible kiss. You know, don't wait. Pick up the phone, make the call, send the text, click the link, sign up, show up, do the thing. That's how momentum builds. You don't wait for momentum. You don't wait for courage. You do the thing. You jump off the cliff and you fucking go. That's why we're here. That's why this framework exists. I'm paid to push. I'm paid to challenge. I'm paid to move you from where you are now to where you know you're capable of going. You can do that in a few ways. You can join our free Thursday coaching and training, open to everyone. You can engage with the content on social media. You could sign up for FlowState, where we publish an article every week. You can start by the assessment and readiness course within the Growth Blueprint framework for free. All of the things that I mentioned are free. If you want that next step level change and you want the complete course, you can purchase that. And if you want to see what one-on-one high-touch coaching is for you, then you and I can get on a call. You can DM me on Instagram. You can drop a comment here on YouTube. You can drop in on our Hot Mess Kitchen streams on Twitch or on YouTube. We can explore whatever you want to explore. Whew. Oh man, it smells good. Night blooming jasmine. Oh, wow, fuck. Oh, I love that so much. It's so like, whew, intoxicating. Man. It all starts though by you taking that first step. If you don't do that, you will be in exactly the same place you are today, tomorrow, and the next day, a year from now, 2 years from now. And with everything that I do, okay, I am not like every other business out there. I don't just say these things and then pressure you into buying something from me, okay? I don't need your money, okay? I don't want your money. What I do want is to be able to support you in a meaningful way, to drive results for you in a meaningful way, to set you up for success in a meaningful way. And if that's right, through a paid service or product, then that's right. But if it doesn't feel right, if it's not the right time, if it's not the right fit, then that's not something we force. It's not going to get the results that I'm looking for, first and foremost. And I'm locked into my values. I'm not interested in deviating because I know what that's like. I know what a life lived out of alignment feels like. And that's closer to death than life. And that's not something that I'm interested in promoting. So I'm back home. That was a great flow state. I really enjoyed myself. I'm gonna go shower, relax. All right, ladies and gentlemen, another episode, another week has begun. Welcome to Flow State. Welcome to Everyday Action. Sign up, take action, do the thing. You know you're capable of more. And this is that calling right now. Click the link in the description, like the button, subscribe, just take action. I'll see you Thursday. I'll see you on Friday. I'll see you in the community. I'll see you every day on social media. Drop a comment, say hi. Till next time, peace.